Okay, let me put these down. I'll be right back. Hello, hello. Pretty good, pretty good. Hello, hi. Oh my goodness, already sweaty. Today is December 23rd. Christmas is in 2 days. I thought I was ready for it. I feel like I've been preparing, but all of a sudden, December 22nd really creeps up on you. Oh my goodness, I come up with my best ideas under pressure. I wasn't really planning on knitting anyone anything this year. I guess I was focused on my knitting workshops and didn't really think about it. And then I just thought about, like, I have this cute little like bubble tea holder, this really cute bubble tea holder, and I was like, wait, that would actually be so cute if I made everyone like little personalized bubble tea holders. So this was the rough design that I came up with for Sydney and Isaac. I'm about to see Isaac when I get on this train in a few hours, and I'm not done his. But I did finish one, which is Sydney's, which I'll show you. So my plan is to finish that. Okay, so please join me. I want to show you how I knit these. I think that they are so cute and like a really good, fun, easy, fast project. So I will show you all about how I came up with the design and how you can knit these yourself. But right now I'm like, I just need to focus on trying to knit them. Okay, this is Sydney's finished. I think it's so cute. Oh my gosh. So I did a 2x2 ribbing. You can see it exactly, and then I made the I-cord 4 stitches so that it basically like lines up with the 2. And then I thought about like making the strap and adding a bow, but I actually decided to make like one really long side and one short side, and then you tie the bow yourself. I think Sydney will love this. Like, okay, that is so cute, right? Okay, so one done. This is currently Isaac's. So, first step, let's cast on. I'm gonna cast on 36 stitches to start, and then I'm going to be increasing at a certain point, and then I will get to 42 stitches. That's the plan. Okay, so let's start by casting on. I use the long chain method. I can explain how, but this is basically how it works. I'll check in with you when I have 36. You're gonna start by making a slip knot. The way you do this is make a loop, then you're gonna pull the other string through behind and make a little loop. So that's step 1. Then you're gonna put that in your needle inside. And then this is the part that like is just hard to understand. I swear once you get this, it becomes such muscle memory, but you have the 2 strings like this. You're gonna pinch, grab, open, and pull down. And it creates this kind of cat's cradle looking thing. Then you go under this one, over this one, and through, and then you pull, and it makes a stitch. Yeah, this is the kind of thing that like I find people have the hardest time with. But once you get it, you get it. So pinch, grab, open, under, over, through, and you kind of like let go and pull, which I think people have like a hard time letting go of it too. Grab, pull, under, over, through. And so you don't have to like let go and restart. You just hold it like that, and then under, over, through, under, over. And so you're kind of letting go of your thumb but holding on with this finger. And I guess what I'm doing too is like, some of it's again muscle memory. I guess I'm re-grabbing it and pulling it back. I think that's one of those unconscious things that I do. But yeah, and there you go. Okay, I'm just gonna do a simple tutorial of how to actually knit and purl. So to knit, now that we have our stitches, we're gonna go in. We're gonna take the yarn from behind. We're gonna go down, grabbing that yarn and pulling it over. So, and then now you can tighten it. You go in, behind, down, and over. In, behind, down, and over. Then to purl, it's kind of the reverse of that. So instead of the yarn being behind, we're going to put it in front I'm gonna go down and front, down and over. So you're going into the stitch downwards, putting the yarn in front, and then pulling it back and over. So if I'm gonna be doing a knit one, purl one, rib, what that means is like I have purl, the next stitch is gonna be knit, then the next stitch after that is going to be purl. And then if I do the next row lining those up, it's gonna create a ribbed look. So you can see how this stitch looks like little V's. This has these little blocks. And then here you're gonna have a block, a V, and then a block. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, now that I have my 36 stitches, I'm gonna separate them onto my double-ended needles. So this is basically knitting in the round. Also, there might be an easier way to do this. This is just how I do it. I always do it on one needle and then split them out. Spread the needles. So if you were knitting in the round, you would do it on like a circular needle. We are knitting in the round, but because this is small, we're gonna use the double-ended needles. This is the same way you would make socks. Okay, and then you have to be really careful because you don't want any twisting to happen. So now I'm gonna make my kind of circle, if that makes sense. So being really careful not to twist anything. I'm gonna add my stitch marker. And now I'm gonna try to join these. So I'm gonna push that down. And then I'm, again, being careful not to twist. That is how we're gonna start our rib. So you can see that now everything is connected. And then once I finish with one needle, I'm just gonna use that now, empty into the next one. You're gonna be emptying one needle as you go. First stitch is the hardest, baby, I know. Okay, purl, knit, and purl. Hi, okay, little update. I have made a 1x1 rib for 3 rows. It's not super long. I thought about doing 5, but I think 3 is good. I'm gonna go now into just straight knitting because I want like a flat surface. I'm not going to Fair Isle the face in. I'm going to embroider on top to get the little Miffy face after. So here we go. Okay, ignore that this is now purple. I don't know where the other gold one went. Okay, so after we've done the knit and purl ribbing, I've also done 1 row of just knit, and now I'm gonna do my first increase row. So first I'm just gonna knit the first stitch, and then I'm gonna knit in back in order to increase. So how you do that is you go into the back of the stitch, knit 1, and then go to the front of the stitch and knit it again. And now that will have added another stitch. Now I'm just gonna knit the rest of that row. And when I get to the other side of my stitch marker, I'm gonna do it again. Okay, so now I've done another 3 rows of knit. Start to see that coming in there. Okay, and now, so you can get stitch markers. I'm just using a little ponytail that I have. Honestly, the cost of stitch markers, like just use a safety pin. It just seems useless to me to like buy another thing. I'm gonna knit again 1. I'm gonna knit in the back. And then in the front. Sorry, I'm looking in the camera and not at my thing. And then I'll just knit the next stitch. Yeah, and then I'll just finish knitting this row, and again when I get back to the other side here, I'm gonna increase again. So again, we're gonna go knit in back, knit in front, and off. There we go, and then I'm gonna again knit the next 3 rows. But you can see we've got our rib and we're getting this nice flat surface and we're increasing. Okay, so now we've knit 1 rib, knit 1 purl 1 rib times 3, knit row, increase row, knit 3 row, increase. This is how I wrote out, I don't think you can see my pattern on here. Then you need to knit 3 again, increase, knit 3 again, and then once you have 42, then you're gonna knit 3 rows again, then you're gonna knit 1, purl 1, rib times 3, then you're gonna cast off, then you're gonna make the I-cord, the whole thing. I'm gonna put this all on screen. Yeah. Look at that, my banana bread's done. It's shaping up. Yeah, so now we've got body, and you can see how I've expanded it here. So I'm going to cut this off. We'll weave in the ends after. Now I'm going to make the strap. So I'm going to make a 4 I-cord. I'm going to cast on 4 stitches. 1, 2, perfect. Now I'm going to take this, move it down the line, and so now with my yarn at this end, I'm going to come back in this side. So I'm going to take the long piece of yarn, and I'm knitting it like from behind. So now I'm going to do the same thing. Now that I've reached the end, I'm going to push it to the other side. I'm going to continue. So because I'm doing this, it's pulling it from behind and making it into a cord. Again. Basically, it will start to pull it and make it into a little cord. So it's pulling it around to the back and connecting it. And so as I keep going, this will now make a cord. So I'm just going to keep going, and I'll check in with you when this is quite a bit longer. Okay. Okay, so this is now our I-cord. So you see how it's pulled in behind and it becomes this nice cord. So I'm just going to measure it, and I want it to be between 18 and 19 inches. And it is. So now I'm just going to cast off. And I'm going to cast off by going 1, then 2, then I push this over so it's 1, then 1, 1. Now I'm going to cut this and pull it through, and now we have our handle. Okay, so what's left is we need to make Miffy's ears. It's coming together. So for Miffy's ears, we're going to do the same thing as with the I-cord, but now we're going to do an 8 I-cord. So instead of 4 stitches, I'm going to do 8, and I'm only going to do 12 rows. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is much bigger, but the same idea applies. Push it to the other side. 1 row. This is row 1. And same idea here, it's going to start to wrap in behind. see it's gonna start to coil in the back. I'll check in with you when I have a little bit further. Okay, I went a little further to 15 stitches, and I'm gonna cast off differently than I did the other ones. So I'm actually gonna do a cinch cast off. So I'm gonna take my needle, thread through the yarn. I'm gonna thread through the yarn, and now I'm gonna take that yarn. I'm just gonna thread my needle through each of these stitches. So all the stitches are on my needle. I'm gonna pull out, and then I'm basically gonna pull that string through. I'm actually gonna pull that all the way in the tube in the inside. That way. I'm cinching the top like this. So it gives it more of a little rounded top. And there's my ear, ready to sew on. Okay, so now I have all my pieces. Ears and the handle. So now I'm just gonna sew all of these pieces together with my needle. Okay, not gonna lie, doing the face is a little intimidating. I'm trying to see what I did last time. I kind of just went like 2 rows up from the bottom and kind of along here. It doesn't have to be perfect, but like it feels like it does. Okay, I'm gonna go 1 more row up. I'm just gonna kind of hug. Okay, that's pretty good. And then I basically put the eyes like 3 rows to the side. Let me go like here. Yes. Okay, maybe it doesn't look so bad on camera. I feel like it's not quite right. I think the eyes need to be like a little further apart, maybe not as big. I think I might redo this one side. Okay, I think that's a little better. And now I'm just gonna put on a little handle. It's so cute. Okay, she's all done. She's so cute. This is a pretty quick project, and you only need the same, like 1 ball of yarn, some double pointed needles, and just some darker thread to do the face. And she's so cute. I hope you will try this DIY. Bye. Honestly, like, I'm too good. So that's how you make the Miffy holder. How to make the other one with the bow. I realized I didn't film making that one, but I'll just give you a quick explanation. So I made another one in pink for my other friend Nikki. So basically it's the same idea. You're gonna cast on the 36 stitches, but then instead of doing a knit 1, purl 1 rib, you're gonna do a knit 2, purl 2 rib, and you're just gonna continue that the entire way. So you're gonna do knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, and then yeah, basically same thing. Like as you reach 3 rows, do an increased row do another 3 rows, do an increase row, do another 3 rows, do an increase row, until eventually you have the 42 stitches. I do want to experiment. It might be okay if you just do ribbing with 42 stitches and don't increase. Because of the ribbing, it's going to kind of conform and hold the cup anyways. So I have been increasing on mine, but I think it'd be okay if you didn't. And then you're gonna make 2 I-cords. You're gonna make one really, really long and one with enough length, and you kind of just feel it out until you can tie them into a bow. I know that's not like the best explanation, but I hope that that makes sense of how you would create the ribbed one, which is kind of easier in a way, and I think the bow looks so freaking cute. You do have to like make a much longer I-cord, but yeah, I hope that you enjoyed learning how to make these and that you try making your own. I always have said that like I wouldn't sell my knitting because it's something that like it's a hobby that is actually just for me. But I do teach workshops in knitting and make these YouTube videos. But I think that actually I might try selling these. Leigh Alexson, she's been making these bonnets and just doing these like drops on her stories, and I think that I might do that for these. It is a little bit easier for me to make these. They're not like me knitting like a sweater or a hat, so I could see myself potentially selling them, especially the ones with the bows. I think they're just so cute, and I could see myself like just kind of like adding that in. I have sold like little scrunchies before, so nothing big will I sell, but I think that it could be a cute thing to sell. So anyways, look out for if I do a drop, and thank you so much for joining me. Bye!